Hello, my mindful adventurers. Are you ready for your weekly dose of the blog post? This week, I'm holding the mic because it's kind of windy. But anyway, this week is the first week of the Mental Health Awareness Month, and first full week of the Mental Health Awareness Month, and the first week of this new month for Mindful Adventure, which is obviously focusing on mental mental wellness, as all of my videos and blogs and all that is for mental health. But this is also really exciting because tomorrow, the day after this video comes out, is the official birthday of a mindful adventure. So I'm excited. Yay! So May 7th is the official birthday of a mindful adventure. It's the first day I posted First day I posted a blog post. All that information is down below. If you want to look up the first blog post, I have it listed underneath this blog post. The blog post to this companion video. And if at any point in time you want to go check that out and you want to read that instead of watching this video, I totally understand. You can go down below. It's called The Great Eviction, Taking the Keys Back from the Uninvited, because we're talking about how to evict our inner critics, right? Because, I mean, that's the whole point of this video. You click this video because that's something you want to do, and I am here to help you with it, because, I'm gonna be honest, it's been a while since, I've beat myself up. I still do it, but it's, more complex issues than it was before. So, I'm still learning, you're still learning, we're here to learn together, so come learn from somebody who is advanced. I'm not cured. New things come up daily. We gonna get into it. My name is Jamila Luckett. I'm excited. Yay, to be here. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive in. So, we're transitioning from softening in April, right, to the authority of May, because we're taking authority over our mental wellness, our mental health. And we're going to talk about how life's a gym for the soul, because, when you are taking the initiative to get rid of those negative thoughts and to work through them and to actively work against them, it's hard work. It's not easy at all. This is my dog Orion, by the way. But it's not easy at all. It is a difficult fucking process that it's not linear, right? It's not I did this one thing and now everything is. No, you got to keep working at it and new things pop up. This is not easy work. This is hard work. And if you're doing this work, congratulations. I am so very proud of you, because this work is not easy. And a lot of people won't choose to do the work because it is not easy. But this is going to better your life. And I'm here for all that. Literally, a mindful adventure. We're here to learn, grow, and thrive together. So let's learn how to do that, right? So let's go ahead and dive right into the main topic, which is what is a squatter, right? Because I haven't mentioned this yet because we just started the video, but we're going to refer to these unwanted thoughts and limiting beliefs and just negative behavior, in your mind. We're going to label them as squatters in the sanctuary, because we've been using building references. Like, our heaven on earth is in the sanctuary. The sanctuary is a place that we go to that there's nothing expected of us. It's just a place where we're just allowed to be and exist, and nothing is wrong. When we enter this place, there's nothing wrong with us, right? We're just being as we are. And when we're in the workroom, which is a place where a lot of us live, we're constantly doing things and planning and trying to better our future, and we're doing the actual work, right? But last month we talked about heaven on earth, bringing the sanctuary into the real world, into our everyday life, because it's a mindset, not a place. There's still going to be stuff in the sanctuary that you did not invite, like limiting beliefs and these thoughts that are detrimental to you. So a squatter is literally any thought or belief that isn't yours, your guides, or the creators. So if you were told this by, your higher self, your intuition, I'm not talking about anxiety. I'm not saying it's loud and obnoxious and it's in your face. That is not anxiety, nor is it your guides or the creator. Then, if it's loud, obnoxious, and in your face, and like, there's a good chance it's your ego. And your ego's just trying to keep you small and safe because that's all that it knows. And when it doesn't know, it's fearful of. So that's why a lot of people are fearful of the unknown. A lot of things we don't know, that we don't know, and then we just get worried about it. But those things, those fears, those are the squatters. So we're gonna real quick go through the profiles of like some of the main squatters. So we have the ancestral echo, which is basically our family has always done this, or people like us don't, come by money easy, or money doesn't grow on trees. People like us don't do XYZ. Those types of things that like pass down from generation to generation, that are limiting beliefs, and that these are the beliefs that have brought your family, like your ancestral family, like your mom and dad, and like all those people before them. That's what's brought them to this state of existence in this on this planet. And then we have the social script, right? Like, I should be farther along by now, or I should be successful by now. Like, we have this script in our society, or at least in Western society. I don't know about other societies that well, but I know a Western philosophy is like, you start off young, you go to school, you get the job, and you make $1 million by the time you're 25, and you got your 401k, which is your retirement plan, figured out, and you have the amazing body, and you're married, and you might have kids, or you might not, but like, as long as you're married, and you're happy, and you got a house, and all this, like, all this shit, like, but you have to do it when you're young, because if you don't do it when you're young, and you get, like, you're 50 and you're old, which 50 is not old, but you get 50 and you're old now, and you're washed up, and you can't have that, and you can't be happy because you didn't do it when you were young, and all this bullshit, like, those are societal pressures. I mean, the societal script. Also, like, of course, and then, a lot of people, like, I know a weight thing is like really societal. Like, I mean, we can see that kind of stuff. So a lot of people, like, like, oh, I'm overweight, or my family's overweight, or like stuff like that, uh, or I'm not good with money, or whatever. Those are all like social societal norms. Like, a lot of people, not norms, but scripts. And I'm saying norms. I keep saying societal norms because a lot of people have like started to normalize a lot of these sayings and these things, which is not the route we should be going down. But I'm just letting you guys know it's out there, right? A lot of people think that this shit is normal, and it's not normal. We should not be normalizing it. And then, of course, we have the last one is the ghost of failures past. So basically, any failure you have, like, literally, this is your ego's failures highlight reel. Every time you fail at something, every single time you mess something up, or you weren't enough, or you were too much, or you were whatever the fuck, that is what these are. Literally, they come up and show up when you're anxious, or when you're trying to do something new, and it like, forces you to stop because you're scared of what might happen because of something that happened in the past, right? That's what these ghosts of failures past are. So it's really important when we're looking at these things. Also, too, like, there's a bunch of other like categories. We subcategorize them. There's things that cross-reference. Like, there's a lot of societal norms that are also family norms, and and past failures. Like, your family can put that shit on you. Like, oh, we did this thing and we didn't make it, so you're not gonna, like, there's all kinds of stuff, right? That we could talk about. But I'm just saying these are like the main big three, in my opinion. I genuinely think I don't think there's other ones I can bring up right now. But anyway, you can go into all the details and cross-referencing and all that when you start writing down and journaling and working through this stuff, because it's important to give these things names. Like, our brains like to assign meaning to things. So when you give something a name, or you assign it like a meaning, it's easier for your brain to process and deal with. and we're about to get into that in the next section. But what I want you to do with all of these limiting beliefs, anything that's negative, that's detrimental to you, it's not helping you grow or thrive or anything like that, then what I want you to do is I want you to interrogate the voice. I want you to say, who said that? You know, that's the first part of the there's two parts of the question. First part is, who said that? This is supposed to help not rat out, but like weed out like who said what, because a lot of these things are things that other people say to us, right? It's not really us, and it's important, like I said, to draw a meaning or give it a name, so that you can separate it from yourself, because these are not your thoughts. And yes, you might have been hearing these thoughts for like majority of your life, and then you realize when you sit down and like, who said that to me? Oh, my cousin said that to me when I was X years old. You know what I mean? Or my grandfather said that to me when I was, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. And if that's something that like it feels like you're like, I don't know, I think it might be me. I mean, regardless of whether you think it might be you or not, the next part of the question is going to really weed out who said it, what, like, you know, the reason why, because literally the next part is why. So who said that and why? Like, why was it said? And when you get to the why, I want you to repeat this why. I want you to like ask it. Look, so let's say you have a limiting belief. I'm gonna keep using money because I'm working with this right now. You have a limiting belief around money, and let's say you think money is hard to come by, and it's like, okay, who said that? And it's like, well, people in my family have said that, and it's like, okay, well, why are they saying that? Because of, I'm gonna be honest here, because it's, you know, a lot of society things placed on us from people who are against, you know, people of color. And you know, there's like, you know, whatever, and it's like, why? It's like because of greed, and it's like, why? It's because they want to oppress us. And then, you know, why? It's like, but why is that? Like, why is it hard for you? And it's like, well, because it's always been that way. And it's like, okay, but why has it always been that way? And it's like, I mean, you know, people are still oppressing people, you know what I mean? So then it's like, okay, but why? What does that have to do with you in particular? It's like, you have all these, like, I have all of these resources that I could be using, and all of these things I could be doing, right? So then I'm just asking, breaking down to myself, like, why this fear is irrational. I'm breaking down like why it doesn't have any power, because there's people who are my age, younger, people who look like me, people who are darker than me, people who are a completely different race, right? And they're successful. So like, why can't I? You know what I mean? Like, we're just breaking it down to the point where it's like, it doesn't make sense, right? And I want you to do this with all of your limiting beliefs, not just the one, like I said, it's not just the ones that aren't yours. You should be doing it with the ones that are yours too, because when you break down to the point where it's irrational, like, literally, you know, at the end of this, I mean, I already know why I feel this way, right? And I'm just like, I was breaking down, like, you know, like this, you know, these are all valid points, right? It's valid to state that, you know, we're in a society that tries to oppress people who look like me, you know? And at one point, yeah, it was a really bad thing, to the point where no one who looked like me was really able to get out of that. People still were able to get out of that. But you know what I mean? Like, the mass majority, it was very difficult. But now I'm in a situation where it's like anybody can do anything, regardless of your race, skin color, or any of that. So it's like, why am I limiting myself? Like, there's no reason to limit myself. Right? Right? And also, like, the universe is not on a budget. I want to also mention that too, because, like, again, I'm working through this, so I feel like, you know, a lot of people, money problems are always going to be a thing, because like currency is just how the world turns. I don't know how to explain it. Like, how the world like runs on currency. So it's like, people have money problems forever. But like, the universe is not on a budget. Like, there's billions of millions of trillions of quintillions of dollars floating around out there, and there's people who want to spend it, right? And finding a way to market to those people and to like get yourself in front of those people will get you, you know, what you're trying to get to, or like, or a position you're trying to go for, or the opportunity that you're looking for, right? So yeah, I think that's it. Sometimes I just lose my train of thought and then I go back and watch it and I'm like, oh yeah, it was perfect. So we're gonna go to the next section. So I was just talking about how, you know, when we have these different categories of these thoughts, and one of the things I like to do, I want to like, well, I'm getting ahead of myself. But basically, what I'm trying to say is like these thoughts, right? Dwelling on these thoughts and like thinking about them. And I'm not saying like not think about your thoughts. You should definitely be thinking about how you're thinking. But when you're dwelling on these thoughts day in and day out, like it negatively affects your personal psyche. It negatively affects your experience and your quality of life. So it's really important. Please get off of me. No, don't do that. Last time one of you guys were on me, you bit me and it hurt so bad. Anyway, like this literally destroys like the afterglow. This destroys like the thing that you've been working towards and building up on this whole month. So we want to stop thinking about them, right? We want to like stop. We want to pull ourselves away from that so we're able to focus on other things that matter to us that are going to help us, like getting myself in front of people who actually give a fuck about what I'm saying, people who want to invest in what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what we want to focus on, right? So one of the things I do, some of my favorite visualization. So when I have like thought, when I'm like doing like a mindfulness practice on my thoughts, when I'm just absorbing my thoughts, I always like, I like to label them as they come up so that I'm able to like return back to the present moment and like continue my meditation practice. So one of the things that I like to do, I like to imagine when I'm having like these thoughts, these limiting belief thoughts, or just thoughts in general, like I like to think of like bins, right? Like bins where you like throw stuff, you can put stuff in, like trash bins, whatever it's like, but you're putting stuff in them, right? But I like to think of like basketball hoops on top. I'm not see, I never played basketball in high school, middle school, none of that. I don't really watch high school. I mean high school. I watched high school. No, I watched basketball, like you know NBA and stuff like WNBA stuff like that. But like, if you were to ask me something about the NBA right now, I'd be like, I don't fucking know. But anywho, so it's kind of funny how this is like my internal thing, but I mean, it's fun. It's fun. Okay, so I like I have these thoughts or whatever, these limiting beliefs or whatever. Like I'll be like, oh, like the thought, like the one I used earlier, money doesn't grow on trees or money is hard to come by. That's a generational thought. That's a generational script from my family that I received. So I take it and I like toss it. It goes free throw it into the thing and it goes in the bin. But one of my favorite things to do that I like to do also is like if the thought is like really bothering me, like I'm trying to like really get rid of that thought, like I'll imagine myself like not just free throwing it in, but like fucking like Michael Jordan that shit, like but smash the back, like the backboard, like aggressively like slam that shit into the trash because like fuck it, like I'm not gonna let that continue to ruin my life. But I like that visualization because like it helps, like it's visceral for my mind. Like my mind sees it as like, okay, this is real, like this is really happening. That's another thing too. Like when you're getting rid of these thoughts or working through these thoughts, I want you to imagine you doing it in a way that's so real to you that you can like basically fucking taste the moment, right? So whether that be like you abandon them on the side of the road and keep driving, like I ain't looking back, or maybe you want to shoot them, blow them up, like maybe you want to push them off the cliff. I don't know, whatever it is that you want to do with these thoughts, they're your thoughts, right? They're not your thoughts, but they're thoughts, so they're not like people, so you can do whatever you want with them. No, and no one's gonna tell you what the right or wrong way to do. Like I said, I use basketball hoops. I never even played basketball like that. But it just helps my mind make the connection, like, okay, this is my foundation, this is what I'm trying to do. So find what works for you. And like I said, make it as visceral as possible. Make it like I can feel myself getting rid of this thought. I can feel myself throwing it away. I can feel myself, in the trash. You know what I mean? So do that. Do that, yeah. Okay. So another way that we can help sort these thoughts and emotions and like these beliefs is by getting really like clear on your why, because your why is what's going to drive you to the finish line. um my Okay, let me just explain. So a why is like the thing that like inspires you. Let's say maybe you have kids or something like that, and your why to like getting a better mental health is so that you can better be around and with your kids and be a better parent. Or maybe your why is because you just had shitty, like a shitty life or something like that, and you want to have a better life. And in order to do that, you got to work on your mindset, because like you can have all the fucking money in the world, that's not gonna make you happy. Like I know a lot of people be like, oh, but I mean, like, yeah, I'll leave some money problems, but all of your problems are not money problems. I can guarantee you that. That's just not. That's not how it works. Um. So, and also like your why also helps with the eviction process. Like I know we were talking about evicting like the squatters out of the sanctuary, slam dunking them, shooting them, destroying them. So, like your why helps explain and like write up your eviction notice, right? So let's say one of the things that you're working on, I want to like walk away from money. I want to do something else. Um let's say that you are overweight, right? And you want to get in shape because you want to show up better for your family or for your friends or for the people in your life, right? I need to watch this. Show up better for the people in your life. And because you're overweight, you feel like you're not able to move around as easily or freely as you used to be able to, or it's just hard on your joints, right? And you want to like make just lose some of it to gain more mobility and better quality of physical mobility and physical life, right? And also like when you lose weight, like it genuinely helps like your mindset too, like because you're doing something incredibly hard. Losing weight is not fucking easy. Like I'm tired of people saying that shit's easy. It's not. I mean, of course, it can be nearly impossible if you have like some kind of medical um condition that makes it even harder. But what I'm just saying is general weight loss. I want to give everybody their just due, not just dues, but like give everybody their recognition. Like I get it. Like, I don't get it, but I get it because I don't get it because I don't go through the exact same problems. But I get it because it's like I've seen a lot of things, and I'd be ignorant to sit here and say that my experience is the only experience. Anyway, so my why for why I like want to why I'm doing a mindful adventure, right? I mean, like we should talk about that since this is basically the anniversary um blog post and video. Why I want to continue with mindful adventure. I'm not gonna lie, there were several times where I wanted to quit. I genuinely wanted to quit, but I know that it's bringing a lot of people insight and it's helping people. And when I say a lot, I mean like I don't know how many people. To be honest, I can say like a lot, and then it because like I only see like maybe 10 or 15 people that I know of like interact with myself in a way that they're like, this is genuinely helping me. And honestly, I do it for those 15 people because like fuck, like I'm trying to get my stuff, I'm trying to get not my stuff, but I'm trying to get my experiences out there. I'm trying to help people because like I've been through a lot. And I feel like when you hear it from somebody who's going through stuff and still going through things and like trying to like work through stuff, I feel like it makes them more reputable, but at the same time it also like shows like, hey, yo, we're all human. And I want to show that to people, like I'm a fucking human. Yeah, you may see me on the other side of the screen, but I'm a human. I deal with a lot of human shit, a lot of human problems. That's just it's the life I live. I'm a human, and I still struggle with a lot of things. But I want you guys to know, like, it's possible. It's so possible to change your mindset and to live the life that you want to live, even if you're in a place that you don't want to be at. Because that's literally what I'm doing. I'm in a place I don't want to be. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be in Texas. I want to be up north, somewhere up north. Um, because I love my seasons. I love my snow. I miss my snow. Southeast Texas don't snow like that. I miss the winter times. God dang it. Originally from Washington State, if you guys want to know. Seattle area. But anyway, so like, you know, I'm still over here like trying to push and do this. And in the blog post, I talk about like my reason for my self development and growth, and you can go read that if you want to. But I just wanted to let's lean into it, right? Like, I'm doing this. It's helping me first and foremost, but it's also helping other people. So it's like, why would I stop helping other people? Like, it seems like the more I write, the more I get into these videos, the more I dive into like my content and like really bringing value into people's lives, and as best as I can, because like I'm not perfect. Right? It helps me tenfold. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I'm a completely different person than I was a year ago. Like, you can go watch my videos like on social media. I think I have like over 200 videos or whatever since I started posting. And like, you can see the difference between me now and me then. I mean, like, then I wasn't really using as many filler words because I just finished a speech class. But I would say like I'm more myself on camera than I've ever been since I started this whole journey. And also at the same time, like, my writing, I feel like my writing's been getting a lot better, and the topics have been getting deeper. And I've just been going deeper, and it's been helping people, and I can't deny that it's helping people. And I'm not, see, and that's the thing too, I'm not doing it for the people. I really am doing it for myself. It's like addicting. It's like I help people, but I'm helping myself tenfold. But like, the more I'm helping people, the more I'm helping myself. Like, it's very strange, but I love it all at the same time. Okay. So basically, another thing I want to say, no. So another thing I want to say is reiterate. I just want to reiterate, not just say. I want to reiterate, because we've said this before. But no, I don't know what I was doing. No, no, no is a full sentence, right? No is a full sentence. Yeah, my hands are dirty because I was petting my dog. Okay, they're gross. Look at how gross they are. Okay, he's dirty. All right, he's still sitting next to me. But anyway, no is a full sentence, and it's a full sentence to yourself too. Like, you can't just say like no, like I'm not gonna do that, right? No, and then you go and do it anyway. Like, that's just proving to yourself that you cannot trust your own words. So like, why should anyone trust you? Being honest, okay? Being honest. So like, say no to yourself. Like, if you're not, you notice that like a specific thought, it doesn't even have to be specific thoughts. It can just be thoughts in general. Like I'm saying, thoughts that come up and they're detrimental to you and your life and your well-being. Tell them no. Tell them not right now. We need to focus on something else right now, because this is not what I'm trying to do right now. Like, I need to, let's say you're taking care of your kid, like you're changing diaper, I don't know, playing with toys or something, and then your brain says, "Oh, remember that bill that's due in 2 weeks? Remember?" You're like, "Yo, I'm trying to have good time with my kid." Well, maybe not. I don't know. Changing your diaper might not be a good time, but I'm trying to have some quality time with my kid, and this bill is like, and your mind is like, "Remember the last time that you didn't pay a bill?" And you're like, "Yeah, of course I remember the last time I didn't pay a bill, but I'm playing with my kid." And be like, "Not right now. No." Breathe. Let it go. That's what I do. Like, let's say I'm laying down to go to sleep, and a bunch of stuff that is not relevant to any days around that I mean, like, information I got, right? Like I have student loans, okay? It's not a I'm a student. But like, I'll be trying to go to sleep, and then all of a sudden my mind's like, "Hey, remember thing that thing that you did, or that thing that happened?" Or it's like, "No, not right now. Like, I'm trying to go to sleep." And like, every single time it comes up, "No, not right now. Continue." You know what I mean? So like, use it. Try using that. Just say no, not right now. Tell your mind. You can say it in your head or you can say it out loud, but like, no, not right now. And it helps. Of course, if it's something that you need to like focus on, like you need to focus up. No, not right now might be like, no, not right now, but I will come back to you later today. I mean, you can say whatever you want need to say to yourself in order to help yourself, right? Okay. So I also want to mention, like, when we are because obviously, I mean, I've been talking about like our thoughts. Clearly I'm not expecting you to like sit down at the end of the day right before you go to sleep or whatever and remember every single fucking thought that you've had all goddamn day. Let's try to section it into chunks, right? Like maybe every 2 hours, like you have like an alarm on your phone or something. Every 2 hours it goes off, and you sit there and be like, okay, what was I thinking earlier? What kind of thoughts? What was the quality of my thoughts? Were they detrimental? Were they productive? Did they actually help me? Was it something that I was remembering from a past? Like, like these types of things, like these bins that I was talking about, and you just like this is what it is. This is how we sort it in those bins. Toss them in, and then like as the day goes on or as the time goes on, you should be able to notice a trend. I mean, I don't think you're gonna like not notice a trend, especially if you have like pretty detailed bins. Like this is like specifically from this age, or I don't know, whatever detail you want. It doesn't have to be age. It doesn't have to be a phase in your life. It doesn't have to be anything. It can be whatever you want it to be. You can literally be like these phrases remind me of the color blue, and then I don't fucking know. Do what you gotta do. But you want to do it multiple times a day, and that maybe 2 hours is too frequent. Maybe it needs to be every 3 hours, or maybe it needs to be every 4 hours, whatever. But you want to chunk it through the day, so you're not like overwhelmed at night, and then you like while you're trying to go sleep. Oh, I remember that. No. So we already gave ourselves chunks of the day. It's not overwhelming. This is so helpful, taking things into chunks, because it makes it more manageable, and also like helps improve your success rate of recalling, and also at the same time like what caused that thought, because like a lot of these thoughts are triggered by something in our environment. And so if you're chunking it right, and you remember like, okay, well, I did have this one thought, and I'm like, why did I think that thought? And it's like, oh well, Samantha from HR came over and told me that Henry said that whatever. I don't know. But something like that, right? And it's like, oh well, that triggered this other thought that I had, like, oh no, like we're gonna lose Henry. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But this is for you to figure out, right? It's not for me to figure out, because I'm not in your body or in your mind, but I'm here to help with suggestions. That's what I'm here for. A little bit of guidance. A little bit of guidance doesn't hurt. So I want to suggest that you do this, like, you can do this intentionally for like 21 days. I know that sounds crazy. That sounds awful. But it takes about 21 days to create a new habit within your mind. So if you take conscious I almost said intense, and that's not the word I'm looking for. It starts with an I though. Conscious intentional action every single day, right? Okay. And chunk these sections of your day into like times where you're sitting there and like looking at your thoughts. It will become automatic. I promise you it will. I've done it. Like I also used to be a chronic thinker. Like my mind would race constantly. Like even when I'm talking, even when I'm sitting there, even when whatever. The only time I would ever get a break from my thoughts was when I was sleeping. So if you're a chronic thinker, I totally get it. It seems extremely daunting, because once you start working through these things and identifying these things, a lot of the thoughts start to leave. They start to dissipate and disappear. And after a while, you're left with kind of like empty spaces, and you're like, wow, I'm not thinking as hard as I used to, or I'm not thinking about this thing anymore. And I notice that there's space. With that space, because it's going to happen during your 21 days. Like, it's going to happen, because you're going to want to also get in the process of replacing that empty space with good intentions, with good thoughts. Like, instead of saying like, oh, maybe you say you're stupid a lot. I do that sometimes. I'm not gonna lie, I still do that every now and then. But instead I'm like, no, I'm not stupid. I'm brilliant. I'm smart. Like, I am trying to get my future going. You know what I mean? I'm trying to. I am smarter than I keep thinking that I am. And so then what you're gonna want to do is every single time you think I'm stupid, you're gonna want to put those thoughts in. Like every single time, like I'm stupid, and you're like, oh no, I'm not stupid. I'm smart. I'm incredibly intelligent. I am doing all of these things because I know that it's going to um fruit in the end for me, for my life, right? And then you're just going to want to keep doing that. And like I said, do it for 21 days because it takes 21 days to create a new neural pathway, a new habit in your mind. That's the best suggestion I got. That's the quickest way you gonna do this. Okay, that's what I'm telling you. This is the quickest way. I mean, there's actually other ways that are more quicker, but I don't want to get into that because I feel this is more practical for people who can't just like suddenly go and like do other things. Like you can do this in your house, right? You can do this at work. You can do it whatever. And you can just take a couple minutes maybe to think about what you thought, or maybe just less than a minute. Like I said, as you do it, it will get easier, and also you'll realize that you're checking your thoughts throughout the day more frequently than just the times that you set aside because you're like, oh, I'm already thinking about these thoughts, and then you're, oh, now I'm going to implement these new thoughts. Because if you don't implement new thoughts, the old thoughts will come back. If you do not fill the space space will get filled with something. It might not be what you wanted. So fill the space with something that you want. Take control of your life in that way. Yeah. So I want you to go ahead and read the anniversary blog post because like it's a lot of information, and there's some more stuff that I talk about in there that I don't talk about in here, and things I talk about here that I talk about there. And of course, the link to this video is going to be at the bottom of that blog post. So if you go and read the blog post, and then somehow you lose the YouTube channel, then you can just click that, and it'll take you to here. And I just also want to leave you guys with a blog prompt. A blog prompt. The weekly prompt. I don't know. I don't know why I did that. So basically identify one specific thought pattern that has been living in your mind rent free. What does the eviction notice look like? Write it down. Write down what you are replacing that space with, like I just said. So you're gonna want to identify, a thought that lives in your head rent free that you don't want to live in your head rent free anymore. And then write up an eviction notice for it. Like write it out. Like physically write it. Because when you physically write stuff, besides thinking, taking mental note, physically writing things, like it does something for your brain that makes it easier for you to remember things, and also at the same time, it just makes it more concrete because your brain's seeing it and you're also writing it. So you're like, it's like you're doing it and seeing it all at the same time. It's kind of like reading and listening to the audio. It like you absorb it faster, right? So definitely do that. Like I want you guys to seriously like do that for yourselves. Like maybe it's just a sticky note. I don't know. Write it out. Write it out though. And then of course I want to call action, for the rest of the blog. Like go ahead and write that stuff down below or keep it to yourself or whatever. This is also the Saturday blog prompt, so if you want to be there for that, then you should do that. Saturday's supposed to be raining, so there's no live this Saturday. Every time it's raining, it's so rainy. And then also if you guys want to support a mindful adventure, I would appreciate that. You can find the support tab in the link tree down below in the links, and I think I also have the link tree in the homepage for the channel. If not, I should put it there. But you can get to all my socials from there, and you can also get to all the socials from my home channel too. So there's that. This blog post, like this whole endeavor, it costs money to do, and it's money that I have. I don't really have. I want to say I have it, but I don't really have it. And there's more that I want to invest in it to make a mindful adventure even better, but I can't do that without support and help and asking for what I need, because that's another thing too. Like money is such an interesting topic for me, but I'm also always so uncomfortable to ask for help. But I'm going to start doing that now because it's what I need. It's what I need for a mindful adventure. And if you find value in this and you want to help this vision grow and see what else more we can do with it, then you should support. You should support. That's all I have to say. I love you guys so very much. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are on that 24-hour scale. I love you guys so very much. And stick around because this month is gonna be fun. I think next week we're talking about my brain just went blank. I'll put it over there. Okay, bye guys.